What does Xanax abuse do? Now, Xanax is a class of benzodiazepines. In the same class exists Valium, Ativan, Versed, and other drugs. These are prescription drugs, and they do have long-term side effects. Somebody who's been using it for a long period of time, there's no major complications. That's the unusual thing with these drugs, is that people can be on them for a long period of time and high doses without any major side effects. But the main problem, though, is that they become less of themselves. That it blunts emotions, it blunts their human element. It's the only way I can describe it. Their character becomes blunted. They're no longer the same person they once were. They don't experience emotions to the same degree, and it's good for the short term when somebody is going through a short-term emotional situational problem, but over the long term that's not helpful, and so these drugs are not good to be used over the long term. They can be harmful in the way that they affect our own psychology, and also there's a dependency. If a person has been using it for a long period of time, if they were to go cold turkey, they'd feel very irritable, agitated, and anxious, very uncomfortable. So there's a withdrawal syndrome associated with it, and it's a very difficult drug to get off of because it's such a long-acting drug. Just what all of them in the benzodiazepine class are, and I've seen that people have the longest recovery. It takes the longest time for people who've been abusing Xanax and other similar drugs to get off of them finally. So although there is no major physical ailment that occurs with long-term use, aside from emotional and psychological blunting, add in their intellectual blunting, that there's no major problems aside from that, which are pretty substantial. And then again, just to summarize, is that the withdrawal is very difficult from any sort of class of benzodiazepine because they're long-acting drugs. It takes over a year and a half sometimes to get back to normal sleep routines and back to normal life. So highly recommended to stay away from abusing these drugs. They are insidious in the way in which a person can become dependent, meaning they don't realize they're becoming dependent until after the fact when they stop and all of a sudden they go through withdrawal. So I hope this is helpful information to you, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment box below.
If you or a loved one are looking for help with substance abuse, call our 24/7 helpline at 1-800-615-1067. A caring addiction advisor is awaiting your call.